Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? I'm a little late. I had to get the headphones out of the caddy. It was charging in the caddy. I was using them at the gym. How you guys doing? Today we're talking shit. Today we're going to talk about parts that parts companies convince you need, but at the end of the day, you don't need them. The reason I even brought up this video or this subject matter is because a customer of mine, had an incident at the track, and I started going, why did you buy that part? Like the cause of the accident was a part he had bought. And then I'm starting to think, wait a minute, logic would tell you that if you're going to enhance your car's performance, the braking should be upgraded, not downgraded. I don't understand the people that make their car have 2, 3, 4, 1,000 more horsepower, and then they take away the ability for that car to stop properly. We'll talk about that specifically because I started to kind of like, I went down the rabbit hole as to brakes specifically on vehicles and why you buy the parts you buy. And I think parts companies don't bring logic into the game. They just say, you need this because look, it's lighter, look, it's that. And then all of a sudden you end up in the ditch because you couldn't stop fast enough and your car never sees the track. We'll talk about that and many more things. But not before, Mr. Bill Riley tells us to do it live.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
It does suck, but you know what does not suck is the sponsors. We got a lot of stuff to talk about with the sponsors, but let's get this stuff out of the way. DNAppHomers.com. They got a big Black Friday sale coming up, so make sure you check that out. I'll talk about that at length once I get through the sponsors. We got Belgian Wheels. You go to their website, you select the wheel first. After that, you get the choice of colors, sizes, and vehicle options. I learned how to navigate their website, and I said, okay, you got to choose the wheel you want first and see if it's available for your car, and that's the way you're gonna go ahead and select what you want. Select the wheel, select the fitment, select the size, and you're ready to go. Belgian Wheels. PMAS, St. James and PMAS, the best color intakes on the planet. Nobody else matters. Check him out at, what is it? PRI. He's gonna be showing off his X-Math that he's gonna be showcasing for Fox Bodies. Check that out. We got Domagot Cookies, domagotcookies.com. That's right, a super hot blonde chick makes it. The lotion, she got the hair on point. Her husband's hot. They got me a big old peppermint stick. Shout out to Phil, I got cookies. Partome.com. Use Mustang Camaro F-150 cranker pallets, complete pull-outs, transmissions, wheels, tires. I mean, you can buy a control pack with the whole situation. Two Auto Solution. Rami's at on Total Solution. He wants to get into the big boy racing shit. I said, you got to configure that car properly. So he's looking to do some racing in the United States. So be on the lookout for Two Auto Solution, making waves in the U.S. and Bellac Industries, that's right, BellacIndustries.com. You're going to go ahead and get your wheels there if you want to let the cops know that you sell drugs, okay? Like, that's like the hallmark. Like, if you buy Fellax, not only are you a fucking clown, but stunting on bullshit, Fellax is actually pretty funny to me. So let's talk a little bit about DNA's. What is happening here? DNA's Black Friday sale. They told me to mention something. They're blowing out deals on Cooks, ARH, a little bit of everything. Cooks, ARH, 4 Innovations, Whipple, On3, G-Force, and Weld Wheels. 4-star Mickey Thompson, and believe it or not, they got Bellac shit. Like, they literally have the Bellac stuff. I'm like, you really have Bellac stuff available? He goes, yep, I got Bellac stuff, so check us out. K&N, AEM, Air Raid, and plenty more. DNA Performance, passing those savings on to you. So check them out, DNAperformance.com. Tell them YDBT sent you. And you should be able to get a bit of a discount because of that. So check out their Black Friday sale. They got sales on all parts. VMP, On3, Borla, Corsa, MBRP, ARH, Cooks, 4 Innovations, Fuel Injector Clinic, Mickey Thompson, Weld, 4-star, even Bella, K&N, and A&M. Shout out to them. Thank you very much. richprint.com/YDBT. If you want to get some merchandise and be a supporter, support the show that way. I get a nice little cut every end of the month. It's really nice. We got YDBT hats, Emery hats, fishnet style or fitted. Shiesties, it's cold. Time to make sure that when you are, spinning the block. People know that you rep the YDBT. Section 8 shirts and hoodies, Hush Money shirts and hoodies, ER50 shirts and hoodies, Booty Juice and I Love the Juice shirts and hoodies, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, GT350, S650, 85 to 86, 87 to 93, 1320 Didios, F1320, YDBT Amory, Vertical, YDBT Horizontal. We got a little bit of everything going on. We got stickers, the whole 9 yards. There we go. That's how you get through an ad read. I mean, literally how you get through an ad read. In my opinion, I am the best in the game. And again, guys, the reason some of you guys probably don't like listening to the ad reads, that pays for a chunk of the show. Like, you can only make so much on YouTube. I'll give you an example. Let's say, for instance, if I was making, if I had a million subs, the most I could make per month is like 100,000 to 200,000 a month. Well, that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but if I get to a million sub channel, that means I'm doing crazy shit and I'm pouring resources back into the show. So you got to count on the memberships for YouTube. Thank you very much. The memberships on Patreon. Thank you very much. And the sponsors, of course. So check them out. Support them. Support DNA. Support Velgen. Support Bellex. Support Parts Farm. Support 2Auto and support PMAS. Let's say hi to the people. Then we'll start talking about why the fuck are you buying little breaks on your shit. One of on RTR, Clint Stroke, Nick Notch, Wesley Stewart, Clint Stroke again, Frank Donahue, Monty 540, Tony the Truck Guy, 2000 MCR, Tony the Truck Guy, I'm Hung Solo, George Storer, TJ Sikorsky, New York Fox, CCW Foxville. You got some money in that. Donnie Renfro, what's up, Donnie? I posted another video of his truck idling. Donnie, don't buy anything for that truck for a while. Like, just hang tight. Just don't buy anything big for the truck. Joseph, Jasso, Back Tacoma, 956, Oscar, puro pinche, 956, a la verga, cuz.
Puro pinche 956 a la verga, cuz.
Clean 93, GT, EPA, Amory, why would they lie to us? Good evening, Josh Werner, I still don't know who the fuck that is, but the name sounds familiar. Ken McAllister, Track Gulax, Jay Judd, JD Swag, Nardi Mercado's talking that shit. Mustang Dennis, Favo Stallion, semi-retired Tree Racer, Mark Christensen, JD Bruce, Bryson Witt, a couple of times. Bryson Witt was trying to get some parts and he got a call. Oh, forget it. Oh, it's funny. Laminate, Colby, Andy Ali, Juan Puneda, Matt Oliver, Cobra, Jacob, and all the usual suspects. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out here. Ghost Watcher, McLovin, reporting for duty. Adam LZ has a $400,000 R34 GTR registered in Montana. Dry snitching. I wonder if he has raised an eyebrow. Now, that is an interesting thing. People are talking about it. I'm talking about it. And I think it's a very smart thing to, be on the lookout with your tax situation because the government's going to win. So I had a customer hit us up the other day and he was like, hey, what is it with these brakes that these companies are selling that they're not stopping good? I go, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you give me an example? He goes, so I bought a set of brakes. I'm not going to name the brand. And I was doing a roll race and I went 170 miles an hour in the roll race. And when I went to hit the brakes, the thing didn't stop. I said, is your car full weight? He goes, yep, the thing is full weight and the thing did not stop. And it just ended up in the sand trap after I kissed the wall because I tried to stop and the car got all wonky on me. So, I started thinking, one of the craziest things I've seen with drag racing specifically is the thought process of small brakes. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, you want less rolling resistance. I get that. You want less, you just want the lightest stuff possible. But honestly, then you start seeing some of the issues these guys are having. They have the really light brakes and then they do big, massive wheelies. So the way they combat that is either wheelie control with some kind of, software or weight. Now, this is what really starts to bug the shit out of me, how stupid this industry is. A lot of people think, well, I have to buy weight reduction parts and automatically small brakes are the way to go. And I go, why? Why is it that you prioritize making the most power possible, but then not prioritizing your brake authority, not prioritizing your brakes at all? So you are going to buy a set of skinnies and drive it on the street. And your 4.5-inch footprint on the ground is this much, as opposed to this much rubber on a 285 or a 305. Let's say a 275 to a 285 in the front. Hell, a 255 to a 285 in the front. You have almost 10 or more inches of rubber on the ground to help you stop in the front. So you get a skinny. You get an aftermarket lightweight brake with a tiny little pad that looks like it belongs on a dirt bike. And then you're racing somebody and something happens. And now you got to slam on the brakes and the car does not stop at all. And you go, oh, this is, oh, you know, okay, so then you go watch racing. Guys, do yourselves a favor. Watch racing. Sit there, watch racing. That guy did a big bumper dragging wheelie and slammed the shit on the ground. Crazy. Then they come back and they put lead in the front. I go, you put lead in the front. You know, it'd be crazy if you could put weight in the front end while it's still being functional, like brakes. I don't understand why people don't put big, nice, 6-piston, carbon shit. Let's say Billy Bad. You guys are putting little tiny brake company, Aerospace, Strange, and all these other companies' brakes on your cars, and they don't stop that good. As a matter of fact, that's the selling point. They'll say that they stop good, but you got to understand the people that use those brakes and say they stop good have full-blown race cars that weigh 2,500 pounds. A Fox body, a 240, a gutted S197, a tubular chassis Nova. These are not street cars. These are not cars that you drive all the time. So if you're a regular guy, what do you do with your car most of the time? You probably take it out on the weekend, buy a toy, you know, it's fun. Or if it's your daily, you are super goofy if you buy aftermarket brakes. Like really stupid. Why not buy light brakes that have a ton of clamping force? Why not buy a light setup that has superior braking authority over stock? Why do you guys get hypnotized into the hysteria of needing to buy tiny brakes, Aerospace, Strange, you name it, Bear, for your street car that weighs 3,800 pounds plus and makes 1,000 horsepower? I've never understood it. And every single time I see that, I go, you know what? I don't blame them per se. I mean, look, at the end of the day, you have agency of your own life. You have control of your own life. Nobody is telling you to do anything. But the racer and the people that run this hobby, they're going to push that part to you. And do you say, well, they're promoting that part, so it must be good? Or they're making a lot of money on that part. And then one day you're going to call and you go, hey, so what is the superior clamping force of this? Tell me, explain to me like I'm Corky, how much brake authority am I losing with these brakes? Will anyone say, well, we've never, like, who has tested a stock Brembo setup on an S550, 60 to 0 miles an hour on stock front wheels versus any aftermarket small brake manufacturer? Go. It is a misguided flex, Joseph Lacey. No different than beadlocks. Beadlocks, no different than beadlocks. You don't need a beadlock ever, right? But if you go through tires a lot, they're easier to change out, but you don't necessarily need a beadlock. You are not spinning that wheel inside of that tire. You're not making, it don't grip that much. It don't matter. But a lot of people go, well, I like swapping tires out easily. I guess you could use that excuse. But beadlocks and aftermarket small brakes are funny. So what you're seeing is a lot of people saying, man, that car didn't stop all that good. And then they say the following line, yeah, I need a set of blah, blah, blah brakes. And the brakes they mention are not Willwood. They're not, like, what are premium brake, Brembo? Brake manufacturers. List. Brembo, Bosch, Akebono, Willwood. Like, the GT500 has a set of, I think, 11-inch rotors with 6-piston Brembos. I'm sorry, Willwoods. And I was like, that's the brake that should be on every car that weighs over 3,200 pounds. And I don't see a huge gain. And this is why I say that. The second time I took my GT500 down the track when it was owned by Randall, it went 8.1 at 169 miles an hour. I stopped with the brakes. I went boom. The parachute, I think, should be the failsafe. I think the primary braking source of any vehicle should be your brakes. Because how many times have you seen it that a guy pulls his parachute and the car gets ridiculously unsettled, ridiculously sideways? Let's say there's a side draft and that chute brings the car that way. Now it takes the whole ass end that way. I think you should bring your car to a, slow enough. I think you should have the ability to slow the car down enough with the brakes, especially street cars. And if, for whatever reason, last ditch effort, but no, people do this, and they pull the chute, then the car gets a little wonky and unsettled, and then at the end of the day, you're laying on the brakes anyway. I think the parachute should be the absolute last line of defense when it comes to stopping the car. Any car that I'm going to own ever is going to have extremely great brakes. Absolutely wonderful brakes. I will never install a tiny little brake on any vehicle because it's stupid. The Fairmont went 8.7 at 157 with SN95 brakes. Yeah, SN95 brakes. No parachute on the thing. So if your car's not going that fast, I'm never pulling a chute on the motherfucker, because if I have to go quicker than 750s, that's not a street car to me anymore. I think any deep sevens, it stops becoming like street car fun, and you should just, like some people say recently, back it down to 8th mile racing. The fuck are you doing going out the back at 200 miles an hour? What the hell are you doing? 190, 180, why? And then you pop the chute. Have you seen some of these parachute mounts? Do they look robust enough to slow down a 3,800, 4,000 pound car? No, you got to double shoot the bitch. And are you going to double shoot the bitch on a street car? No. Please do yourselves a favor and think. If I am taking a 3,800 pound car and adding 1,000 horse to it, or 800 horse to it, I should be upgrading my brake authority, not downgrading it by installing strange TBMs, aerospace, or whatever, unless one of those manufacturers can show me that the lightweight brake that they sell can stop better in a proper test versus a stock Brembo equipped Mustang. I don't give a fuck. I'm only saying this because one of my customers could not stop with some of those brakes, and I've seen that a couple of times, and after seeing all this racing, I'm like, you know what? Brakes are probably one of the stupidest things I've ever seen downgraded on race cars, when they should actually be upgraded to extreme clamping force. And the weight savings is hilarious when I see them doing bumper dragging wheelies, and I'm like, wouldn't it be nice to have a little weight in the front right now? Stupid. We'll talk about that. So yeah, have you guys seen some of these? What are the most unreasonable modifications people make to a street car? To me, a front skinny. That's why I'm going to go back to a street tire on a Section 8. I'm like, it makes damn near 900, I think. So why am I rolling around on skinnies and not having the ability to stop, even though I have Willwoods? It's stupid. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm doing stupid stuff. So I'm going to reverse course, put street wheels on it, and watch it not lose any performance at all. That'd be awesome if I get to go 460 to 130 on Belgians. Just be like VF5s, and it stops, turns, drives great. Don't have to worry about folding the freaking rim, taking a turn. Good shit. So we'll talk about that. Also, I've seen a lot of people get like obsessed into the racing culture, and I think it's fine. I don't think it's a problem for you to get involved into racing. But there are some people that obsess over it. They want to be the best. They salivate. They don't know, I want to. Unless you have a business where you build cars or sell parts, I don't think you should become hyper obsessed into racing. I think you should just do it for fun, because then it becomes a job, and then you got to sit back and look in the mirror and go, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because of ego? Probably. Am I doing this because I'm hyper competitive? Maybe. Or am I doing this because the industry is pushing me to do it? Right? A lot of you guys have gone fast, and then you're like, oh, you know what? But we should give you this part. Maybe represent us. And you're like, now you feel the pressure, like, shit, these people gave me this part, so I should go to the track more. And then it becomes a job. And so many guys have quit, not while they're ahead. They've quit while they're almost bankrupt. Like the wife is about to divorce you. Your bank account is shit. And if you're a business, do most of your customers do the kind of racing that you do? See, based on my observations, the customers that I deal with roll race. 90% of the people that I mess with roll race. Rarely do I hear a guy go, yeah, I'm drag racing tomorrow. I'm going to 3 test sessions this week. I'm going to drag race at this event, that event, this event. No, the vast majority of the stuff these guys do is take the car on a cruise or find a roll race somewhere. Not specifically go to the TX2K roll race shit, meaning they cruise and on the cruise, they find a roll. No one's going to stop in the middle of 95 and say, let's do a dig race right here for money. No, they're going to mostly roll race. So I think you should cater to your customer base. And if you don't want to cater to your customer base, that's fine. But I personally see nothing but roll racing being the dominant type of racing that people do out there. Why? Tracks are closing. People keep saying tracks are alive and doing well. Not in the whole grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, drag racing is losing popularity. Maybe you want to prop up the fact that drag racing is doing great, but in the vast majority, in the grand scheme of things, it's not doing great. People would rather just street race, and the draggy has taken measuring your performance away from the track. Now you have the performance metrics at the palm of your hand. I don't need to go to the track to be behind a bunch of BMWs taking the prep away so that I can see what my car does. If you have grip, you can run a decent number, but most people roll race nowadays. So that's the dominant thing people do. You know how many draggy time slips I see? Before I would dismiss it, just stupid, go real racing. And then I said, wait a minute, that's what the customer's doing. So why wouldn't I pay attention to it? So when a centrifugal customer comes up to me and says, Alex, what do I need to run for 60 to 130? And guess what? I'm going to lay out the recipe. Alex, what do I need to do to run 60 to 130 in a 2012 GT500? Lay out the recipe. Same thing with the Whipple, same thing with the Edelbrock, same thing with a Magnuson, same thing with turbos, same thing with anything, auto, manual, you name it. And you have to be in the know of what it takes to run a certain number with the most popular form of racing your customer is doing. And if you don't know those metrics, and if you don't know, get familiar with them, because they're going to come to you thinking you're an authority on this. Alex, I got 10 pounds of boost on a 2016 Mustang with a 6R80. Can that get me into the 4s? Nope. Oh, what will it take? 20 plus pounds of boost. Oh shit, how can I get that car to hook on the street with 20 pounds of boost? Well, you need a fuel system, ID 1300s. You're going to need a 315 5017. You're going to need G-force axles, a good drive shaft. You're going to need probably some sandbags in the trunk, because, and that's really all you need in terms of suspension, because you don't need any of the front stuff when you're roll racing. As long as you have a big enough tire, some weight in the back, and a good spring like a Steeda drag spring with a couple of spacers, good axles so the shit doesn't snap, 20 pounds of boot, you might get to the 4s. And people go, oh, and they do it. There was a guy that came up to me at one of the events. He goes, Alex, I have a Odin equipped Gen 3. And that thing does not hook from a 60 roll at all. I said, put sandbags in the trunk. Now, there are people that'll look at you dead in the eye sockets and say, well, what about the suspension? What about that suspension? Suspension from a roll is generally not that important. Generally, okay? You need to understand, I don't know if you're on asphalt, I don't know if you're on concrete, but I know for a fact that sandbags and a big meaty tire soak up a lot of the bullshit suspension should be responsible for. So I would say, you know what? Should you get this coilover from this dickhead that just slaps on a label on other people's shit? Or sandbags and a big tire? Because from a roll, that's kind of all you need. And guess what? He put sandbags in his shit and the car went like a full, I don't know, half second or a second quicker 60 to 130 because it hooked. Okay? Roll racing or 60 to 130 stuff, the front half is the most important thing. That's where you're going to make or break the run. The front half. If your car is spinning on the hit, guess what? By the time it recovers from that spin, that 60 to 130 time is going to suck. So if you've become an authority on that, on the most racing your customers do, they're going to come to you for advice. They're going to come to you for adjustments. They're going to come to you for tuning or parts or whatever. and you will make money because that's what the vast majority of people are doing. So you have to get good at what the customer base is doing and hyper concentrate on that. If you're not in the business, why the fuck are you drag racing? If you're drag racing, you got a 3,000, 3,500 and plus pound car, why the fuck are you putting small brakes in the bitch? It don't stop that good. And if you rely on the chutes and anything happens with the chutes, heaven forbid, get ready to get sand out of your shit. All right, guys, let's talk about it. We'll talk about a little bit of everything here. Hang out with the people. What do you mean, Alex? The 2-piston race brakes work great on my motorcycle. Why not on my 401A equipped Mustang? I don't give a shit about the best. I just want to have fun and enjoy my car. Skinnies are good for not dragging water on the track, but for street regular, fronts are fine. It would be awesome if more companies made adapters to fit OEM quality carbon ceramic brakes from ZR1s, GTRs, Lambo, etc. Guys, I am telling you, exactly who are they trying to impress? I'm telling you, big diameter carbon brakes, 6-piston shit should be on everything. 1,000 wheel? You know how that is a missile. You got to bring that sucker to a halt. So if you're on the street, you better have a regular size front. Because if you're accelerating quick enough to go 460 to 130, you better hope to God a deer don't pop up, a raccoon or some shit, or a person, and you slam on those brakes. Because you and I all know right now, look at me. You got little brakes on your shit. You got skinnies on your shit. You know if a deer or any object is in front of the road at a decent clip, you ain't stopping for shit. You're going to plow that motherfucker. Splick-ack all over this shit. So understand, if your car accelerates fast enough to go 460 to 130, you might want to, upgrade your freaking brakes just in case shit happens. You plan on running a big wheel in the back, like a 17, for the 460 to 130, or you run only rears? Curious to see if you could make a small sidewall hook. Gonna go Bellax rears, Fellax fronts. I work for a living. Yeah, look, this is happening. People are copying Bellax and literally putting the Bellac logo or their own company logo on it. Like, they look at a Bellac design, and to be honest, Bellacs are basically small versions of CCWs, just with, their twist on it, but they also have other designs. But man, to take a Bellac wheel and then to copy it and call it something else is like super goofy. Even Race Stars didn't do that. One of the cool things about Race Stars is they weigh 1,000 pounds and they look distinct to their own design. No one's going to stop on 95. You haven't seen Can I Be Frank videos? That's not 95, Papa. You know that's way the fuck down there in Miami. The draggy shut down half of the drag strips before the town built a big housing project. If you want to look at the boogeyman for drag racing, it was the draggy. A lot of us didn't know what our times were. Remember the G meter, G Sport? Remember the G Sport? G Sport measure, is it G Sport? Measuring device. G car acceleration. Well, guys, we're old. What was that? What was that device you used to stick on the thing and it was red? G-Tech. Thank you. God, we're old. This was G-Tech. Is it G-Tech? G-Tech on Amazon? No, what the fuck? Is it G-Tech? Performance meter? G-Tech performance meter? Oh my lord. Whole guy. This is Draggy's grandfather. This is Draggy's oh dude. This thing was Draggy. That's right. 126 mile an hour top speed. That's right. The G-Tech performance meter. That's right. Then they had another version, G-Tech Pro. Right? So they had these meters back in the day. This one was actually really accurate. I had it on my Contour SVT. It was a 15.1 car, and the G meter said it was a 15.2 car. I said, that is pretty damn accurate. This was Draggy before Draggy was a thing. And Draggy being hyper accurate, what it's doing is basically taking the ability to, for tracks, to charge you to measure the performance of the vehicle. The only reason I went to the tracks was to see what the performance was. There was a guy in my town, or a couple of towns over, Southampton, Massachusetts. His name was Tim, and he thought his car was a 9-second car. My car's a 9-second car, 9-second car. He goes to the track and ran 11.4. So the truth came out. The nice thing about the Dragy is how accurate it is. It's accurate from a dig and it's accurate from a roll. It's accurate everywhere. So that now you have a track 3 beeps away. Beep, beep, beep. I'm here. Mexico is 3 honks away. Here you go. So it was actually very interesting to see a $190 device close down tracks. Because why the fuck am I going to go to a track to have stale hot dogs, chicken tenders that make me diarrhea, a stale soda? I have to smell weed and have that guy water down the track just so that I can get 1 or 2 measurements in 6 hours. You know how many times I've gone to the Palm Beach International Raceway and gotten 2 runs in 6 hours, but the donks were able to stay on the track for 3 of those hours? Fuck out of here. Shit's defunct like the N-Gage. G-Tech was pretty accurate too, especially for the time. G-Tech open or closed half loop? I don't know what kind of loop they use. I have the original one. Talking about brakes, all you guys wanted to go high boost on stock motor, if your motor pops, just know you lose all brakes. Technically, he's right. I remember people used to swear by those, but you would get smoked by HCI exhaust Fox body. I'd rather have met my wife count off seconds versus G-Tech. Wasn't there another unit that hooked to your drive shaft supposedly measured power and performance? Can't remember who made it. Does it look like a Valentine radar? Dragy is the drag strip in your pocket. No long waiting in the surrounded by a bunch of weirdos. Raise the time slip, improve your build. Who you trying to impress? Exactly. At the end of the day, you have to think, why am I racing? Why am I building these cars? And I think it's this. A lot of people live in mediocrity. A lot of people, and I'm not trying to sound like, well, I am trying to sound like this. You never played a sport. You never were a part of anything special. You were just some fucking loser in school. And then you came out and you're like, I have no personality, no athletic ability. I got loosest sleeves on the planet. What can I do? I know I'm going to buy a car and become YouTube famous. Or I'm going to build a race car. I'm going to put an LS swap into this and this and that and become the next street outlaw. And then you put, I don't know, big money into these cars and you're a nobody. You're just the same as everyone else. Like an absolute nobody. Then there are other people that are like, I just want to make a car fast. And my biggest hope is that one day, after I do all of the vetting on the Corvette comes here, hopefully get it running. I know it's going to take a lot of work, but I'm willing to do it. And the Fairmont. And on Saturday, I can get in the Fairmont and go for a cruise downtown, and on the way back, catch a McLaren, catch a GTR, catch a Supra, catch a Mustang, and have some fun on the way back, right? And then on Sunday, get in the ZR1, go cruise down to Del Rey, hang out, chill out, and then on the way back, catch a Lambo, catch a GTR, catch a Mustang. That's the reason I built these cars. They are street cars. I want to cruise them, and in the middle of that cruise, if I happen to catch someone lacking, I can give them the sauce. That's the whole reason I want to build these cars. Do you think I want to build these cars so that I can go to Modnats? So that I can go to TX2K and get in the middle of the Houston beef? So that I can go to World Cup and smell weed? No. I want to build a car so that I can drive it a lot on fuel you can get at the pump and catch a body on the way back. That's the biggest flex I've ever. Every single time I go out with one of the cars and I catch a race on the way back, I'm like, that's the whole reason I built this fucking thing. Imagine Dragy went away. It has really changed the game. The Dragy is really the boogeyman of the tracks. Imagine, it's not street racing that shut down tracks. What shut down tracks was the Dragy. 2 trips to the tracks buys a Dragy. Why did they stop making the N-Gage? Oh, come on, it's SVT De Rosa. The government, the EPA got involved. And they hit up John Slagle, who was the owner of N-Gage eMotion. That guy was so freaking legit. Made his own firmware, made the best. To this day, nobody makes a better device. Nobody. The LRX is the closest thing you got to it. Drag racing used to be fun, or I'll be getting Coyote Swap my vet. Okay. Look, if you are mad that I'm Coyote Swapping a ZR1, then you're mad that I have know-how the ability to do it, the talent to do it, the help to do it. I mean, imagine hating on a guy that owns a ZR1 and wants to Coyote swap it. Well, actually, it's Coyote swap. It's just a matter of putting the turbo kit on it. You can't do that. You can't do that. Sent you a vid on Facebook. What do you think would happen if those were small brakes and you tried to slow down after the run? Danny built. Shout out to you. Let me see. Let me proofread it here. Looks like you got big brakes on that thing. Brake boosting. So they brake boosted to preheat the brakes. And now, yeah, so he basically showed a car brake boosting. I'll show you. So a guy brake boosted, right? So you're on the street, and let's say you got a tiny brake in the thing, and you then decide to brake boost it, and then a bunch of spark come out of the bitch, so you're preheating the brakes basically. Let me see. Let me boop. Okay, this is good. Display capture. God, this is so cumbersome. I really wish I had a producer, but fuck people. Fuck people. Look at the brakes. Look at the front brakes. So he preheated the brakes by brake boosting, and imagine if anything had to happen in front of him where he had to come to a halt suddenly, and he couldn't. There you go. To this day, good evening, Alex. First time catching a live stream in a while. It says Barry McCockiner. The racetracks shut down the racetracks. You know, that's Donnie remembers. Donnie would go to the track with us, and he would see that the tracks would not prep properly, would not clean up properly, would not lay down any glue, and people stopped going. So I'm not optimistic about that track opening again, Palm Beach International Raceway. I think they did such a bad job running it that it left such a sour taste in people's mouths that I don't think they're excited to go back. Like if they were to say, like, they'd probably have a big opening day and then it would go back to normal in about a month. And then you'd see the same 20 cars you always saw before. And you're like, oh, it's going to close again because there's nothing happening. Now, if they start prepping like a motherfucker, making it known for hooking. Like there's a place called the House of Hook. Like I don't even know what track that is, but it makes me want to go there, right? Imagine if I have a drag radial car and I want to get the best time possible. So I'm going to head to a North Carolina track probably in September or October or November if they're open. Look what happens at Maryland International Raceway. Right now, if I'm not mistaken, they're probably still open and doing rentals. They're doing rentals. So that's when you see people run the number. People that have not run all year, they wait for this 1 or 2 month after World Cup where they lay down some of the best prep ever and they go to test and all of a sudden their cars run a number. So people do that because the track has great grip. If in Florida, they started saying, hey, in Palm Beach International Raceway, hey, we're going to have badass hook, badass tower, badass entertainment, badass speakers, badass everything. We're going to have the lanes in such a way that we're not going to prioritize donks. We're not going to prioritize ATVs. We're going to prioritize everyone's going to get equal opportunity. So many times I'd go to the track and the fast cars that are drag radials and slicks would get the least amount of runs. But the street car guys, they would get 15 runs back to back to back. And I'm like, this is stupid. Section 8 hoodie goes hard. Thank you. Yeah, they did. That seems to be one of the top sellers. Racebox makes Draggy competitor. I have both, but use Draggy more for the drag stuff. So if someone allegedly goes to replicate the N-Gage circuit board and software, would he sue? There's only one way to find out. Like, why does not just do this? Just fuck it. Take this. The problem is the firmware. Take this, send it to China, Duplicate it. Sell it. Fuck, there's fake Bellex out there. What the fuck's the problem with this not being out there? At this point, I don't give a fuck. I doubt those pads have any tire left in them for the heat to dissipate. That's funny. MIR was like running mineshaft there. Atlanta Speedway is supposed to be back 2026. Seriously, one of the last times we went to Moroso, they had a roll race, gay shit, dig at the end of the night. We were there for hours, only two runs, never went back. I get it, 100%. I think Craig Walls was in here saying that he set records why'd you delete it, Craig's? Oh, I set records at MIR in October and November. There you go. That's when people go. So that track, you know what the great thing about that track is? The location. It's the location and the time of year. That's it. Like it's an okay track. But after seeing those things get airborne at the end of the track, I'm like, yeah. I mean, again, guys, these guys are ultra fast. Senior's car was smooth. Like when you saw Senior make a pass, for whatever reason, his car was flat and smooth. But a lot of these cars were bouncing all over the place when they're decelling. And I'm like, what's going on at the end of the track? The MIR mod was always good for a few tenths to a half second off. Missed the old Gen 1 auto versus stick videos. Those are badass times with you too. Gen 1 auto versus stick video. Gen 1 auto versus stick video. Don't know what he's talking about. Gen 1 auto versus stick. Around here, snowmobiles take up time at the track. Only thing worse are junior dragsters. Let's talk about setting up the next generation to be fucking losers. Get your kids involved with junior dragsters. Go ahead. Make sure your kid gets exposed to gambling, spending a lot of money for zero outcome. What are you teaching them? Hard work? The fuck are you teaching your kid? Hard work? It's really hard work. No, the dad does everything. Mom does everything. You are living your life through your child. But again, baseball dads do the same thing. Hockey dads and football dads do the same thing. But if you, at least you are in a team atmosphere and you're held accountable and you get hit by other people and you have to overcome adversity. If you set your child up for junior dragster, I should call you in for what do you call the child protective services. The fuck are you doing? Again, it's your child. I don't give a shit. You want your child to be a loser? Go ahead and get him into junior dragster. Good fucking job, dickhead. Oh, good job. What's my kid do? He hits 400-foot bombs. What's my kid do? He does gymnastics. What's my kid do? He goes in a straight line, and I expose him to donk racing and gambling. Good job, dipshit. Yeah, at this point, fuck it, right? In theory, Engage could partner overseas, duplicate it, disable the flasher when it imports, and offer firmware that re-enables it on a different website, hosted offshore. Just do it. Someone, just fucking do it. Just, I don't care. I have nothing to do with it. Just fucking do it. It'll only be able to flash pre-2023 Mustangs. But fuck it at this point. Fuck it. Everyone steals from everyone. Like, there is no honor. In motorsports is full of... They sell you... Hi, how you doing? I'd like to buy little tiny brakes for my 3,800-pound car that makes 1,100 horsepower. The guy on the other line should say, that sounds a little dangerous. Maybe you want to keep the Brembos so that you actually stop well? And you're like, huh. Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, it's okay, man. I get a lot of assholes up in this. I mean, I do work for a parts company. I get a lot of assholes calling me saying really stupid shit. But nope, this is how the conversation goes. What's up, man? I got a 3,800-pound car and I need to cut some weight, so I'm going to get some tiny brakes on it. And you're like, okay, buddy, what's your credit card number? The Chen gauge. NED for records. Yeah, New England Dragway and Lebanon Valley. So you're telling me the aerospace brakes that I bought that I thought I could daily on were meant for daily use? Pikachu's face. Wow, YOLO, you're knocking a hobby. Yeah, Steve Will, you fucking homo. Bitch-ass punk. You don't think I see your comments? Shit face. Dumb fuck. My hobby is not drag racing, dickhead. My hobby is fast street cars. Dumbass. Like I literally told you for the last half hour. Dipshit. Junior dragsters and sleds are so damn annoying at the track. Let's say here, if a kid wants to drag race, show him responsible. Shut the fuck up, fucking homo! If you make your kid drag race, you're a fucking loser. You're a piece of shit. You're a fucking homo. Let him be a kid. You gonna put him in a fucking junior dragster so you can live out your fantasy through him because you lost everything? Because you sucked at everything? Let me make my kid do a sport that I sucked at. So let me put him into that, setting him up for failure. Dumb fuck. Stupid. But it's your kid. Losers are raised losers. Fuck it. Oh my goodness. Let me set up my kid to go junior dragster. Why? How about throw a baseball, see if he can hit it 400 feet? That'll be better. Might get him a call. Tell me how awesome. What are you setting him up for? Tell me exactly what you're setting up your kid for with junior dragsters. At least with gymnastics, football, basketball, lacrosse, hockey, they can get a scholarship. They might be able to get free college, right? And then they can do the thing and maybe not necessarily become athletes, but at least they're set up for something. What the fuck are you setting your kid up for when you shove him in a junior dragster? To be a fat loser, a black sweater wearing, jean wearing, gut over the fucking belt, laptop in hand fucking loser. The fuck? You dumb motherfuckers. Look, it's your kid. It's your kid. It's your fucking kid. I don't give a shit. I don't have to worry about him fucking loser kid. Oh, look, it's a loser kid. How many times I go to the track, that's a loser kid. You failed as a parent. That's why I don't want to have a kid. Because Dad, I want to junior dragsters. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. No kid of mine's getting into junior dragsters. I'm not going to set him up for failure like that. Flathead Briggs that cost $10,000 plus a piece of shit motor in a junior dragster. Hey, can I get the XYZ part? Now let's talk about what's on your Instagram. Yeah, Steve will eat a Snickers upside down just to feel the texture. No real money in it though, kid. Unless they're like Prodigy, become one of 20 F1 drivers, no chance. You have a higher chance of getting a scholarship Division 1, Division 2, Division 3 college, and at least getting your education paid for. And again, I'm not saying you should go to college, but if it's free, yeah, your baseball, and you learn so much. You learn so much doing a physical activity. First of all, you get the fuck off the couch because even when you're drag racing, you're sitting the fuck down. When you're wrenching on the car, you're not sweating all that much, right? You're literally sitting down. When a kid runs, exerts some kind of energy, physical, gets hits the ball, has hand-eye coordination. What the fuck are you teaching your kid? Sit down, son, and when you see that bottom light, let go of the button. Loser kid. Loser kid. I don't know who the fuck you are. You think I know who the fuck you are? Seeing dads at the drag strip, I've always seen them screaming at their kid. Right. Fuck you doing? Why'd you deep stage, you dumb son of a bitch? Hey, Billy, why'd you deep stage, fuckhead? Why didn't you burn him down? Burn him down! Dad, this is just junior drag. Burn that motherfucker down! Why'd you stage first, Billy? I don't know, Dad. It seemed fair. It seemed like I don't know, it was more than say. You dumb son of a bitch, you know you never stage first. I hate this sport, Dad. I never wanted you anyway. But you never stage first. Burn them down. Do you imagine burning? Do you imagine Junior Dragster burning them down? The dad's in the back all mad. You better stage it. What the fuck's wrong with? How come? Stupid. I don't know if it's that cuss more working on cars or playing on Call of Duty and back in the day, but I did swear more on Call of Duty. Who the fuck is Steve? No idea. Dad, I just want to go home and play Fortnite. Dad, all my friends play Fortnite and they just like play Roblox and pedos potentially hit on them in the Roblox game and whatever. We avoid that, you know. But yeah, I just want to do that. Nah, son, you're gonna take this practice tree and you're gonna get good at it. And unless you're in the .0s, you're not good. NASCAR drivers are 95% kids of multimillionaires, and I know a guy running in ARCA, and he barely pays mortgage and has a pretty big sponsor that just pays for his consumables in ARCA, not even NASCAR. Drag racing equals money pit. Stop. Invest your money. Become a lawyer, doctor, anything else. Fuck. Do you imagine? Hey, everybody, look. We got Steve here. Nobody cares. Bro, imagine you yelling at your kid about staging, and he barely can. His brain is like soupy goo, like Campbell's, which it's like horse meat apparently. Campbell. I can't say Campbell soup, like clam chowder. It's barely formed, you know. And you're yelling at this kid to stage properly, and you know the kid just wants to please you, man. The kid doesn't know shit. Kid, shit. Billy wanted to go race. Shut up. Billy wanted to go play with his friends. Billy didn't give a you thought Billy was, Dad, I was thinking about it. Could you imagine, like, you never expose your child to junior dragsters ever? They don't even know what a junior dragster is, right? And all of a sudden, you show up one day and he's like, hey, Dad? Yeah? Well, yeah, what's up, Billy? I think I want to get into junior dragsters. You do? Well, you've been playing baseball and football. You got into boxing and you're a great gymnast. Yeah, but junior dragsters is where I see my future. Okay, Billy, whatever you want. You were a mistake, Billy. Jared's future. Alex would play Fortnite. Buenas noches, tío. What's up, TR? Steve, if you didn't eat breakfast, how would you feel? The best question on earth. Serious drag racing is for when you're already rich. Want to waste your money like an idiot. Okay. How much do you think it costs to run a badass racing program? Somebody actually shared the financials. And I was not only right, I was almost deadly right. Like, so right, it wasn't even funny. Someone said to get set up for drag racing in Pro Mod, set up, trailer, car, engine, program, people, blah, 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 $3 to $5 million. $3 to $5 million. So you're telling me in order to have a Pro Mod racing program set up, engine, all that stuff, it is $3 to $5 million dollars. And then in order for you to run that car for the year, it's going to be $500,000 to $700,000 depending on how many events you go to. I'm kind of blown away by the whole situation. So I wanted to mention this real quick because I didn't want to forget it. Alfredo Diaz, shout out to you. Again, Patreon. If you want to go to Patreon and you want to get up on game, you got to go there. So Alfredo Diaz posted this link, this big ass link right here. And I didn't know what it was. So I was like, I wonder what's going on with this link here. So I clicked it and it's a actual like TSB for the Dark Horse R. So the Dark Horse R is Ford's like racing program car, right? Like they have like a car that you can buy from Ford and it's a Dark Horse R. So this is it, right? Ready to race. Boom, get in it. Let's party. Let's go racing. So that's a thing. And apparently a TSB showed up. Technical Service Bulletin. Guys, I wish I was kidding. Issue. Some Dark Horse Rs have experienced high engine coolant temperatures on the track. Action. Follow the procedure to modify the fan shroud. Drill holes here. Looks like that. drill holes here looks like that. Or you could just get a smaller fan and not a crazy shroud and be a happy cat. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought it was actually pretty damn funny. What did Nardi say? How much you think Swanstrom spends a year? A year? He has multiple cars. A year? Boy, he's got multiple cars. But he does a lot of the work himself. He seems to have a lean program. I want to say a year he probably spends $500,000 to about the same, but he's at I don't want to say he's slower, but he's at a lower level than Pro Mod, but he doesn't have a Pro Mod. Boy, the same. I would say the same. I'd say $700,000 a year. But he has a lot of cars, so he must be doing okay for a while. How many bodies through the wood chipper is that? Ask Craig Walls. Steve, how would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning? Yeah, the funny thing is, right, I'm blown away that the people that hate me the most watch me the most. Like, you love me so much. You love to hate me. You love to hate me. Like, I don't watch anyone I dislike. Anyone I dislike, I just don't watch because I'm not retarded. Some Dark Horse R's, like 3 were sold. Even the race cars have recalls. Jesus Christ. All I can think of is Danny DeVito from Twins. $5 million. So $3 to $5 million to set yourself up for a Pro Mod program, trailer, everything included. $500,000 to $700,000 a year, depending on events, to run it. So that racing program, from that specific one he was talking about, I wonder what they're selling. Because in order for you to invest $5 million in a race program and then $500,000 to $700,000 budget a year, what are you selling? Nothing? It's just a hobby at this point? It's just a hobby. Because what are you selling? Maybe if you build the chassis, I don't know. I don't know what you're selling at that point. What are you selling? I don't know. Swiss cheese, that motherfucker. Someone should just clip these outbursts and create a YOLO channel. They do. I do. That's what I do. I do here. If I buy a $70,000 car meant for a track and I have to drill holes in a radiator fan, I'm trading it back in. You know what I want to do, guys? And maybe you guys could help me. I think some of my rants should be made into cartoons. And I was trying to find an easy program that I'm able to take my rants and cartoonize them like I did. Imagine a guy yelling at a kid in a junior dragster. I think that'd be great. It's like the modern era Cobra Jet. I guess so. Not Cobra Jet. It's more of a road race Cobra Jet. He'll take the fan out, the road course, right. Again, we talked about fans being a restriction. And you saw that the fan shroud is a restriction on a Dark Horse R. Theoretically, since you're always racing, you don't need a fan. There's a note that says, be sure not to cut anything structural. I know, it's just funny. Just get a whole new fan. A big one, bigger shroud, get rid of the stock one. Halverson used to say his biggest watchers were people that loved him and people that hated him. And it was for the same reason, to see what he would say next. Yeah, you're 100% right. A lot of people live and die about what I say in this industry because I'm like the most vocal guy in the industry, but it's not like I'm wrong. Like, they try to nitpick little things I'm wrong about. If I misspeak or something, oh, look at that! He's wrong. And I'm like, well, now you're going to show people that there's a show out there that probably didn't know about it. So I thank them. Anytime somebody posts a video of me saying something, people go, who's that? And then they find me. And they're like, oh, shit. Hey, I found you from this guy's video that was making fun of you, but I actually like your shit. I'm like, hey, shout out. And some of them have become Patreon members. So I'm like, I appreciate it. Holes in the shroud is a very common mod on track. Not as weird as it seems to be. Oh my God, you don't understand. The car is a Dark Horse R race car from Ford. Why are you modifying it at all? For cooling. Don't you think they should have done that? If I paid $100,000 fucking dollars for a car and road race it and it overheats and the fucking company tells me drill holes in it, I'm gonna say, you know what? Fuck you. Here. Fuck this car. Oh, stupid. Would be great way to bring the YOLO character back as a cartoon. That's the hard part, like the animation. It's very tough. Performance creep drives a lot of the added cost we're seeing. Compared to what it takes to run 10s versus the 80s, then adjust for inflation, a 2025 Pro Mod runs similar numbers to two top fuel cars a few decades ago. Yeah, but the problem is, not the problem, but the Pro Mods are running what those cars were running a couple of years ago. Now, I wish somebody could go back in time and look at the 8th model times of like 1995 to 2005 top fuel cars, what their 8th model was. Love to hate, watch other stuff, but watch other stuff, but I don't hate Alex. Got it. That'd be great. I get you some AI cartoons. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but there are these people that animate arguments on the internet that have nothing to do with the cartoon. It's two stick figures just talking. And I'm like, how do I get that? See, what's in my head, I need to like have someone like draw it. But that sounds like a big deal to make zero money on it. I'm good. A lot of the ideas I have, I don't even put it out in the world because I'm like, that's a lot of work for no money. Now, not everything should be about money. A lot of the stuff is to get the creative juices flowing. But at this point, my time is so limited that I have to make money on almost everything I put out there. Like Mad Magazine style, hell no. Hell no. No. You're in a cartoon. Careful, Alex. Law might try to sue. Yeah, exactly. Haters make me famous. The Streisand effect. Yes, $100,000 track car should not need a Sawzall or whole saw to work. A cartoon character of Alex would be great. Not a cartoon character like that. It has to be not of me, but of a situation. Because I don't want it to be about me all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love it, but the situation that I just laid out as a fat fuck telling his son or daughter, your daughter should be taught to clean, cook, be cute. Because then these boss babes are sucking dicks and then running sixes. So, yeah, don't get your daughter into racing, okay? And guys, stop acting like these women are special out there racing, cheering for a girl. You're not cheering for a girl. You're trying to get pussy. You're a guy trying to get pussy. You don't cheer for a girl to win. You act like you want her to win so that she could notice you, and then you maybe get pussy shrapnel. Fuck out of here. You guys are goofy, cheering for girls. At least Pontiac did it for you in a 1963 Swiss cheese Pontiac. Look it up. You should just have a cartoon for the beginning of the show. I think a cartoon YOLO series would go viral. I don't think so. But you would have to go back. I have 2,000 videos on YouTube. You'd have to go back to the original YOLO videos and then to my rants. And I think it could be done in a good way, but the animation has to be decent. It has to be crude enough to be funny, but not so crude that it's like bad quality. Why do BT haters are mad that they have to watch to get good information? Exactly. Look up Bruce Stew. Okay, what is Bruce Stew? Bruce Stew. Okay. Bruce Stew. Bruce. He's got 3.5 million.
All right, we all had that friend growing up that had all the cool toys that you never had. You get all jealous.
5 minutes. Let me see.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, ice cream. Boy, you kids look delicious. I mean, these popsicles look delicious. How much for the Gary Busey?
Oh, my God. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you not suggest anything again? Ever? That was... I don't want the cartoons to look like that. Right. Don't get girls... If you have a daughter and you're a racer, dolls, lipstick, makeup, high heels, princess outfits, feminine. Do not stick her in a fucking car. Holy shit, what is wrong with you? But she has sponsors. Simps, well, simp indefinitely. Bunch of sad simps is all they are. Oh my God, I want to name your chick racer her to win. Oh, I was cheering for you back there. Hey, Hey, I'm here at your pits. I want to get one of your posters signed by you. Hey, I think what you're doing is great for equality. I think what you're doing is great for equity and equality. Because, you know, these guys out here, you can do just as good as guys in racing. By the way, who's working on your car? My uncle, my boyfriend, my husband, my father. Oh, guys. Could you imagine an all-women's race car team? Remember All Women's Garage? What a fucking train wreck that was to watch. They should bring that back. They should bring that shit back. Bryson said he loves that channel. It was just so bad. It was so bad. Ice cream. The voices? No, it's got to be situational and funny. There was some I watched on X that were great, but it was like a stick figure cartoon, and it was awesome. But I don't remember the type that they were. I'm gonna hide that now. Gotcha. Nah, give Bruce a chance. Nope. No, thank you. It was awful. Guys, it was really bad. It was really
What
bad.
are you talking about? I think I'd make a great Little League baseball coach. Wait a minute. Billy's up to bat? Oh, for Christ's sake. Here, hold my beer real quick. Billy, I swear to God, if you don't swing the bat this time, I'm gonna spit in your face and burn you with a lit cigarette. All right, then. Play ball. What are you talking about?
That was...
You named your daughters after the boroughs of New York City? Yep, I sure did. This here is Brooklyn, and this is Manhattan, and this is the Bronx. Wait a minute, where the hell's the Bronx at? What do you want? I'm back here taking a squat. I don't know why my wife's always freaking out when I'm in charge of watching our toddler. She just bursts in the house like, where is she? Where's our baby at? And I'm just like, relax. God, I was just getting a beer. She's sitting right here playing with a open butterfly knife and a live hand grenade.
You guys watch that and laugh? You guys watch that and go, honey, come over here. This is hilarious. Leave the comedy to me, please. Thank you. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Never mind while the car is on fire. Okay. Best female car channel, a dude. Yes, the best female car channel is Sarah Intuned. That show was hilarious, dude. All Girls Garage was the best. Oh, bro, All Girls Garage, all girls. I loved watching that show because they were like, "Hi, we're gonna install a carburetor," and like two girls grab a carburetor. Wait, I gotta find that. I gotta find the part where they installed a carburetor. What really happened to the cast of All Girls Garage? They all went back to going to Hooters and Chili's. Fuck you think happened? How to replace your brakes at All Girls Car Garage. What's up, guys? It's All Girls Garage.
Hey,
We have vaginas.
back to All Girls Garage.
Yeah.
We've got our misfire and our rough running concern taken care of. Upstairs, it's time to turn to her other concerns. Pretty major safety issue with her brakes.
Her. It's the car's a girl because everything's a girl, okay? We're going to say everything is she. Instead of a ratchet wrench, we're going to call it a sweet wrench.
She's complaining of a soft pedal and a squealing noise.
Yeah, and once we the wheel off, it was an easy diagnosis. This brake pad is really worn down. It definitely needs to be replaced. And looking at this rotor too, it's also pretty worn and really rusted out. You know, we could measure.
You know what's also worn?
And compare it to spec.
Yeah.
But you can feel the lip here. We might.
Oh, I'm going to feel that lip, all right.
We'll just replace it while we're working on this job. And
Rotor, lip, worn out.
got some oil going on there.
Oil, lubrication.
Yeah, I've got some really visible brake fluid loss from this caliper.
Visible brake fluid loss.
And that's going to cause her soft pedal. Basically, if as you push on the pedal,
Fuck me. I'm dead. Are you ever going to replace it? Dude, 2 minutes in. Oh, my God. Dude, 2 minutes in. Oh.
It's a lot easier when it's actually on there.
You know, Ryobi should give him a sponsorship. Just zap that fucker off.
We got a little fluid. Yep.
Yep. Wow. This show should come back. This is amazing. I was wrong. This show should absolutely make a comeback with girls with big racks and big asses. Like, let's be honest. We'd all watch that show if the chicks were hot. They were like, that girl had a fupa. Gut cunt. Best car show was the one with the wrench. Stick figure animated YouTube videos. Veronica? Centered around workplace bullshit? Maybe. Let me see. Veronica? Animations? Yes. Yeah. These. Again, the cartoon, not the content.
Do you have a quick second?
Yeah.
I sent you a time-sensitive email yesterday.
Okay.
I was just checking.
Nothing was happening there. Work-life balance. It's the type of animation. Is it G plus animation?
Hi guys, Veronica here.
Oh my god. So basically it's this type of animation with very easy stick figures, but I have to figure out how I can like change characters and do it quickly. Like if I can do this, if I can learn the software, if there is some kind of software pre-made stuff, I'll literally take my rants, match it up with the voices, but something like this, super easy, nothing too involved, stick figure-y, whatever, and then just use my voice with shit because I'm hilarious. Our friends at Holly set us up with this. Get back in the kitchen. Seriously, that's a weird looking kitchen. What's up, Emery? Just drove 15 hours to pick up my new S650, only for it to throw codes and run like shit. Looking forward to 15 hours home in my old car tomorrow morning. What's up, Emery? I just drove 15 hours to pick up. Drove 15 hours to pick up. You could have just had it shipped. My S650, only for it to throw codes and run like shit. Looking forward to 15 hours home in my old car tomorrow morning. Wow, it sucks. Bro has a soft pedal. No, that's going to cause it to crash. I'm turned off. Right, I am turned off by watching that. I really like looking at the blonde at All Girls Garage. That's pretty much the only reason. You want the one that died? Or this one? All Girls Garage. All Girls Garage carburetor. I could have sworn they took 2 women to put a carburetor in. Carb swap. Here you go, carb swap. What's up? I'm a goth chick. What's up? I hate goth chicks. Goth chicks are fucking goofy, and they're not attractive at all. And they look like shit without makeup. Just put the fucking carburetor in. Okay. Is there an old one? Bro, these chicks are busted. Okay, where's the carburetor? Okay. Do you ever replace a carburetor? Holy shit.
Those are definitely changed, which means probably you're
Why are they doing this? To get from like copyright stuff where they zoom in and stuff?
gonna have your floater in here is changed, your accelerator pump spring is changed.
Did she say
You're gonna have your floater in here is changed, your accelerator changed, which means probably you're gonna have your floater
floater? Did she say floater?
big. Those are
Oh, she got a dumper on her though, huh? Boy, turds have no shot with that.
those are definitely changed, which means probably you're gonna have your floater in here is changed, your accelerator pump spring is changed.
Your floater. Got it. The floater.
Smaller is always better. It's better to
Words that have never come out of a woman's mouth.
say when you put your foot down to the pedal, it's gonna take off. Smaller is always better. It's better to have a smaller carburetor and go up a size than it is to have too big of a carburetor and go down a size.
Do people argue with you on this one a lot?
Yeah, especially when I say floater.
Okay, into the carb, and then we're gonna.
These little things right here?
Yes.
And what are these little things, Riley?
Those are your metering rods.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know, that I don't know why that show failed. I'd rather watch a chick cook than that. Resonator deleter. Right. You know, the floaters are interchanged and the floater and the deleter, you know?
We have an MDRP resonator deleter.
Boy, fuck me. I just dropped the floater. I'm going to make a floater later, zooming in and zooming out for copyright purposes. The shit just exploded at speed, if I remember. Yeah, I don't dig the pinned up girl look. Floater deleter. Resonator floater deleter. Floater deleter.
We have an MDRP resonator deleter.
Yeah, I think there was a video of it too. Boys, we got a chance with that one. No body, all arms. Vehicle disintegrated. Wait, they got a video of that chick's car blowing up? That girl was involved in some controversy. Jessie, I think her name was. She had some controversy, like she was supposedly hard to work with or something like that. But that's just stuff, rumors and stuff. So, yeah, it sucks that she passed. But I don't know. How many women die in the kitchen? I got no floater. Who installed the carburetor? Yeah, it just like showed up, right? Rela. Hey, like, I never saw this shit unbolted. Let me see.
All right. Ready for me to start the car? Yep. Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
Here we go.
Start the car. Oh, my God. Hold on. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is, guys. It took 2 women. It took, just proving my fucking point. It took 2 women to take this carburetor out. See? Look at how many hands are around this fucking carburetor. There are 4 human hands around a what? 7? No, 5? 5 to 9 pound carburetor. 5 to 9 pounds. 2 fucking women to take out the carburetor. Look at this. I wonder why this fucking show failed. Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get out of here. Go suck a dick. Seriously, bro. Repeal the 19th. Repeal the 19th. Repeal it. 2 women. 2 women. Equality. Well, you can't do the fucking job. I saw a guy take a T56 and put it up on his shoulders. I know a guy that was on the ground and took a T56 Magnum XL and went, boom, blah, burp, 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 done. No, but these bitches need 2 of them. Unreal. He could only hope. Imagine them lifting turbos or something. Repeal it for sure. Repeal the 19th. Just get the. Just seriously. Fuck it. Here I am picking up engine blocks and carrying them around. Right. Meanwhile, 2 dudes lift out an entire engine. I'm fucking crying right now. Let's be honest. The dude fixing shit behind the scenes said peace out. He's like, these stupid bitches forgot the gasket. I'd rather watch Oh My God cookies be made. Oh no, trust me, you'd come on that one. Producers are like, watch me cook. I can't imagine the production crew was able to keep a straight face at all time while filming this. It took me and another dude to move my new short block. 2 girls, 1 carb. 2 girls, 1 carb. Repeal for sure. Exoskeleton inbound. Can you imagine how long it would take them to install an On3 kit? And then you see those other 2 dudes, engine something on similar network. And they're just like, "What's up, guys? We're gonna build a 308, and we're gonna put it on the dyno." And it's like, bram, bram, 500 horse. And I'm like, why are women in the garage? I don't want a woman in the garage. My ex-girlfriend would just sit there and just read a book. I'm like, what's the book about? Aliens that travel the universe to fuck humans. I'm like, why do you get a vote? Saw a guy put an MT-82 over his shoulder, floater deleter. Hey, Alex. Oh, what happened there? It went away. The Hey, Alex thing went away. He retracted it. Imagine if they had to remove any engine harnesses. They would need a 3rd chick to help install the turbo, 6 hand jobber, hit lab on your Metro PCS have an ass. They would require a dozen chicks for On3. Right. It'd be a whole gaggle of women showing up. What are you guys doing here? We're going to install an On3 kit? Oh, that totally makes sense because it takes 2 of them to remove a carburetor. I can watch this all day. Let's see more All Girls Garage. Let me see. This might be my new favorite hobby, to watch All Girls Garage stuff. What happened to the All Girls Garage? It's in the title. It's all girls. No offense. There are roles for women, and it's not in a garage. I love you. Oh, you're so sexist. No, I'm a realist. I don't want a dirty chick. I don't want to. Oh, you should go out with the girl that supports your hobby. No, I want the meal cooked when I come home. Support the hobby. Get the fuck out of here.
Can you guys guess where I am? Because
A garage?
just shot an episode with Faye and Melanie.
Could you imagine words that you've never heard in a garage?
Because I just shot an episode with Faye and Melanie.
Could you imagine guys doing that? Oh my God. What's the episode? The carburetor episode? Oh, fuck. Guys, this is great. This might be my new favorite thing to do. Hi guys, we're gonna install a All Girls Garage installs our TKO. I guarantee that bitch broke the TKO transmission in a classic 442.
This is gonna be really nice, make it really easy, nice smooth pedal action for our customer. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. I even like that they included a new clutch pedal and a new brake pedal, because I guess that the stock brake pedal that's in there is a little bit too big to go with the clutch pedal. So we got to clean out, get the carpet out of the way.
Well, how is it?
Getting that interior cleaned out.
Wait a minute, I'm so confused. Now they show the women taking out an 80-pound seat with just one person. Like, I'm confused. All Girls Garage. So you guys remove look a whole seat by herself.
And getting that interior cleaned
Look
out,
at
get the carpet out of the way, the center console, the seats, all that kind of stuff. Sounds good to me.
A whole center console?
Really? Sure. I'll take that.
I don't know. Maybe they got told, hey, maybe we shouldn't have had two women put the carburetor in because we looked really fucking stupid. Okay, nothing happened here. She's just pointing at stuff. Yeah, no, I don't think I could watch that forever. I think it's going to be a problem if I start watching that. I'll lose brain cells because I'm not going to learn anything, and the chicks aren't that hot. They're not Hispanic hot. We like the big booty. Building Daily. Hey, Alex, I just bought a 24 F250 with the 6.8 gas and 10R 100 trans. Can Lunch tune it? Pardon my ignorance if you guys don't support it. I don't know who Lunch is. It sounds kind of weird for you to suggest a meal can tune a vehicle, but in all actuality, we don't fuck with it. Now, if in the future we need to support other platforms, guys, we don't fuck with EcoBoost trucks that much. We don't fuck with EcoBoost STs that much. We don't fuck with Mustangs. We basically turn a lot of shit away. If for whatever reason we needed to support that market, we'd look into it. But there are other people that tune that platform. Lund does not. Pimp My Ride was more legit than All Girls Garage. Not the kitchen. 8 girls just to take off some tires. And then Building Daily says, hey, Alex, did it again. And then he said, can Lund tune it? So he said lunch, then Lund, and spent the whole $40 in a correction. Unfortunately, Lund does not tune the baby, what is it called? Godzilla? Or the Godzilla. So no, unfortunately we do not, for your sake. But if we do in the future, we'll let you know. Imagine them lifting a 3.8 Whipple on a Mustang. Well, is it a Gen 5 or a Gen 6? Alex, for that part where they scissor. Right. Do they scissor? That'd be great. The cameraman was like Leonardo, the cameraman. Crap, I forgot the live was tonight. How's it going, everyone? And Alex, haven't been able to catch a live for a few. Been hitting the gym heavily after work, 10-hour day and 2 hours at the gym. Yeah, you're psycho. 2 hours at the gym, bro. Good for you. Her nickname was Bogey. Lunch tuning. Alex, what about the 6.8 liter Mustang? Lunch tuning is less than breakfast tuning. Yeah, Faye Hadley was on that show. I never really watched All Girls Garage because I was just going to not learn anything, but the chicks weren't that hot. But that just kind of shows you that, and I hate to sound sexist, but it's real. It's not sexism if it's real. And generally, women in a garage are not a good thing. Women at racing is not a good thing. Women in men's space is generally not a good thing because they ruin that. Look, imagine if you hanging out with your buddies racing. You know how much racist, sexist, homophobic shit we say like in a group? Like go ahead and play Call of Duty with your friends and then have a chick join. How cool is that? How awesome does that become? Hey, what are you guys doing tonight? I'm just gonna hang out with the buddies. We're gonna watch football. Okay. Can I join? Sure. I don't know, but we get kind of rowdy. Okay. And then you're watching football with your buddies, and the N-word's flying. You're calling them gay, nonstop. The F word, the N-word, just stuff's flying. And she's like, "Ew, what is wrong with you?" Women ruin men's spaces, so just don't involve them in it. You don't. Again, ladies, you like your bottomless mimosas on Sunday morning brunch? You like them? You want to stop liking them? Invite your boyfriend to them. Faye with the dude's voice. I prefer lunch because I didn't get my breakfast done. Full floater deleter. Wow, hit live on your shit. So yeah, like I'm not a proponent of that stuff. So when I see people go, oh God, one of the most cringy things I see is when an announcer goes, okay, coming up to the line, it's a woman. This is a girl. It's a turbo 400 with a trans. Vagina! You know what's between her legs? A vagina! Whoa! She's gonna race a guy with a penis! Guys, give it up! Who do you want to win the race? The penis? Or the vagina? It's so weird. It's really weird. Sorry, brother, I have ass service. That's weird. How do you get... How do you get that? How do I sign up for that? I have ass service. We have 11 acres in Texas in the middle of nowhere. Auto-corrected lunch to lunch. Good for you. Good for you, 11 acres in the middle of nowhere, Texas. I'm starting to look at acreage, and it's not worth living out in the middle of nowhere just to have, maybe at another point in my life. Not right now. Right now, I need to be where the action is to make as much money as possible before because who knows, right? What's going to happen with tuning? What if Ford changes the 25 to 26 or the 26 to 27 computer, and then you're going to wait another 2 years for that to happen? And, it's going to be like a constant thing. Eventually tuning is going to be, and now everything's watered down, right? Everything's watered down. People are tuning their own shit and this and that. And then when they get a Lund tune, it's like, whoa. But the internet has convinced people that you don't need Lund. You can go to this guy. And then this guy blows your shit up. And then you're just like, well, man. And then they make excuses and cope. And I'm just like, look, man, eventually they all end up in our email system. But the new stuff is our bread and butter. And supposedly some of the swap stuff, certain software companies are being weird about, because it doesn't have emission stuff. And they're, oh, we're not going to support that platform. We're not going to support that control pack because it has no emission stuff. And it's just like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? We're going backwards. No, Vagine. Coming up to the line, it's a vagina. Air shifting the 400, Virgin Energy. Right? It's like, okay, what is it? It's not difficult. Drag racing is not difficult. Drag racing is not necessarily a skill. Doing the burnout can be learned. Reaction time can be honed. But is it a skill? Not just no. Fuck no. It's actually very easy. So easy that I got in a car that had a turbo 100 trans brake, had never driven it before, and within 2 passes, that car ran a personal best. That's racing. Lead Lund, there's AI. Yeah, guys, these AI people with the tuning, I love it. I love it. I love hearing people go, well, AI tuned my machine. How? How did AI tune your machine? How did it export a file? No. It spit out a bunch of paragraphs that I've read, and then I put that into action. Oh, so what you could have done by actually researching stuff online. Like, you researching stuff online is what AI did for you. And all they did was put it out in a palatable format that you could read, but you still have to do the work. Until AI can interface directly with a car, like, hello, computer. Hello, Alex. Can you please tune my car? And a fucking wire comes out of the computer and puts itself in the OBD2 port. And then, bam, your car's tuned. AI is not tuning shit. You're tuning shit based on what AI says, based on the stuff that's already available on the internet, you fucking retards. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Let me see a couple of comments. But Coco, the monkey, can race. I wanted to turn off the over-the-air software updates that this truck has. It's like a damn cell phone. All girls garage jumping on trampolines. Homage to the man show. Hey, Alex, a few lives back, you were talking about slightly wanting a manual G87 M2. Do you see yourself getting into that platform? Probably not, because the BMW guys are almost as gay as the Mustang guys. Maybe. I don't know. I like the M2. It reminds me out of all the new cars, the M2 reminds me the most of what notchback Mustangs used to be. Light, little, auto. And the BMW is pretty much, right now, the bolt-on daddy. So you can make it fast with minimal mods. So I think a manual G2 would be cool. But I don't know that I do it for channel subs or likes. I'm going to stick to Ford stuff. I'd probably go backwards and get, Fox bodies and shit. That's kind of what I would do. Right, R2D2, Skynet, off subject. You selling Donnie? I might sell him. Depends. Right now, the transmission is doing this weird shifting thing that I hear like an audible clunk, so I want to talk to Jake about it before I put it up for sale. But right now, it's a good second car, so I'm just going to hang with there. hang there. I'm saving for a supercharger for my Gen 3, but it'll take a few years. I've got a header's X-Pipe. Should I get a Lund tune now or wait? I want to throw 9s and have fun. Mostly a weekend car. Get a tune now. Enjoy it. Have some fun. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. So today we talked about some of the parts that you guys install in your cars are actually retarded, like brakes. Installing small, less clamping force brakes for the sake of weight savings and rolling resistance, but when you mostly drive the car on the street is retarded. I would just keep the stock brake, or if you want to upgrade the brake, make sure you upgrade to a 6-pot lightweight brake like a Willwood or a Brembo or carbon ceramic or upgraded. There's plenty of used brake kits out there like CTSV brakes and other things that are similar that might be able to be retrofitted onto your car, or just something that's made for your car that's lightweight but still has a ton of clamping force, because the last thing you want is to be going down the track in your 1200 horsepower car that goes 160 in the quarter, and then you hit the brakes and that little tiny brake ain't doing shit, and you end up in the sand trap like a couple of my customers did last week. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on, you know what? I'm up in the air. Should I do a show Thursday or not? It is Thanksgiving. I don't got shit going on. My family's gone. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work on the cars in the morning. And if I got nothing going on, I might just do a show, because at the end of the day, you guys are going to be on anyway. Like, Thanksgiving is done like the first half of the day. Then the last half of the day, you don't do shit. So I might just be on. So let's do that. Let's be back on Thursday. I don't do shit in the morning anyway. So I don't do shit at nighttime anyway. So Thursday, we'll be back on Thursday for RDBT Daily like normal. And we'll hang out then. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye.